Get ready for the action, because the Philadelphia Sixers are trapped under the crushing Joel Embiid problem, and no team can save them from the Sixers' sense. They are facing a massive offseason hurdle as they desperately need to make a move, but the reality of Embiid's contract makes that impossible. We break down the financial tightrope Philadelphia is walking and the tough choices ahead for the franchise.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to hold it with one hand? The PopSocket's Pop Grip gives you a secure grip, works as a phone stand, and even lets you swap the top for a fresh new look. Simple, useful, and perfect for everyday phone use. Click the link in the comments to grab yours on Amazon.
The future in Philadelphia is incredibly murky, as ownership has not made final decisions regarding Daryl Morey and Nick Nurse following the sweep. We explore the intense scrutiny on Morey and Nurse's roles after the team's quick exit, looking at what the front office might be considering moving forward. In explosive NBA rumors, we reveal why Joel Embiid and several 76ers players were reportedly unhappy with the trade of backup guard Jared McCain to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Find out the details behind this move and what it means for the team's future. Finally, Joel Embiid sounded like a broken man after the 76ers were swept by the New York Knicks, revealing his personal struggles and uncertainty about his future with the team. Don't miss this full breakdown of the latest Philadelphia 76ers news. Stay tuned right here. The Philadelphia Sixers find themselves in a difficult offseason, seemingly trapped by the significant presence of Joel Embiid. Following their recent exit from the conference finals, the team faces a critical decision: whether to trade Embiid to pursue necessary roster changes or attempt to pivot their strategy. However, the prospect of trading Embiid appears highly improbable due to his long-term contract structure. Signed to an extension in 2024, the financial commitment surrounding Embiid makes a trade scenario virtually impossible under the current collective bargaining agreement constraints. Embiid's career has been severely hampered by persistent injuries, leading to a limited number of games played over the past 3 seasons. This history, combined with his age of 32, makes any team hesitant to pursue a trade for him without a thorough evaluation of his contract value. Financial considerations further complicate matters. Embiid's projected earnings show a significant commitment, with a projected salary of nearly $58 million next season, rising to around $62.6 million by 2027-28, and a $67.2 million player option in 2028-29. Even if a trade were considered, the current economic landscape under the CBA presents substantial hurdles for acquiring a player of Embiid's caliber. This impasse forces the Sixers to consider alternative strategies. One potential avenue involves retaining Embiid and exploring a trade for Paul George, whose contract may be more amenable to movement. This option could allow the team to acquire players like Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe, which are seen as crucial for rebuilding the roster. However, the underlying need for a significant shift in team composition remains contingent on Embiid's departure. The decision to extend Embiid on a 3-year, $193 million deal shortly after he suffered knee issues was a move that has drawn scrutiny. While the team may have justified it by aiming for a deep playoff run, the ultimate outcome has not materialized. With Embiid's continued presence, the Sixers appear locked into a cycle where they must navigate the situation without the desired roster overhaul, suggesting they may be stuck in a difficult period for the foreseeable future. The Philadelphia 76ers are facing a turbulent offseason following their sweep by the New York Knicks in Game 4, leading to serious questions surrounding the future of head coach Nick Nurse and general manager Daryl Morey. According to Tony Jones of The Athletic, neither Morey nor Nurse is guaranteed a position next season, with multiple league sources indicating that ownership has not yet made final decisions and is expected to take time to assess the situation. The team's performance has drawn scrutiny regarding the decisions made at the trade deadline, particularly the decision to trade second-year guard Jared McCain without corresponding roster improvements. Analysts suggest that Morey could have utilized second-round picks to bolster the roster, especially given other teams made moves to improve. Furthermore, concerns were raised about the team's inability to adequately fortify the backup center position, a critical weakness given Joel Embiid's fluctuating health. Nick Nurse's tenure is also under review. While he coaches intensely, the report points to issues with player morale, noting that he ran players like Maxey and Edgecombe hard, and there were perceived lapses in focus during the postseason, including multiple blowouts in the Boston series. The lack of viable bench options complicated Nurse's evaluation, as he relied heavily on a limited pool of players. Meanwhile, the future of star center Joel Embiid appears secure, with his 3-year maximum extension set for 2026-27, making a trade scenario unlikely. However, Embiid's own behavior has been a point of contention. Following an incident on April 1st where Embiid expressed displeasure over team direction on social media, players reportedly met with coaching staff to express concerns about locker room control. The offseason presents significant challenges for the front office, including how to manage roster construction around Embiid, address glaring depth issues, and determine the appropriate leadership structure. Questions remain about whether Morey should oversee the draft and if Nurse remains the right coach for the group. The situation indicates a complex and potentially eventful summer ahead for the 76ers. Philadelphia 76ers star Joel Embiid and several teammates have reportedly expressed dissatisfaction with the team's decision to trade backup guard Jared McCain to the Oklahoma City Thunder for the 2025-26 season. According to Tony Jones of The Athletic, Embiid and teammates were unhappy with the move. Jones indicated that Embiid had previously urged the front office to pursue an alternative strategy, instead of what he described as ducking the luxury tax, before the trade was finalized. The transaction occurred on February 4th, with the 76ers sending McCain to Oklahoma City in exchange for a 2026 first-round pick and 3 second-round selections. This deal was reportedly structured to allow the 76ers to remain below the luxury tax threshold and convert the two-way contract of forward Dominic Barlow into a standard deal, according to NBC Sports' Kurt Helen. McCain was initially selected by Philadelphia with the number 16 overall pick in the 2024 NBA draft. His rookie season saw him average 15.3 points in 25.7 minutes per game before his inaugural season ended prematurely after just 23 appearances due to a torn meniscus. His 2025-26 debut was also delayed by a UCL tear in his right thumb, and he struggled to establish a consistent role with the 76ers, posting just 6.6 points and 1.7 assists per game, while shooting 38.5% from the field. However, McCain has reportedly thrived in Oklahoma City. He has averaged 10.4 points and 2.1 rebounds per game on a 46.239-185 shooting split with the Thunder. During Oklahoma City's current playoff run, McCain has been highly efficient, scoring 6.4 points in just 9.1 minutes nightly and connecting on 62.5% of his three-point attempts. The trade comes as the 76ers bench struggled in the postseason, sweeping the New York Knicks in the second round. Philadelphia's reserves averaged just 20.4 points per game in the playoffs, ranking 13th among the 16 playoff teams. McCain is now looking to contribute to Oklahoma City's pursuit of a second consecutive championship. The Philadelphia 76ers suffered a decisive sweep by the New York Knicks in the Eastern Conference semifinals, losing Game 4 with a score of 144-114. Following the loss, star player Joel Embiid offered a candid and somber assessment of the team's struggles. Speaking to NJ Advance Media, Embiid expressed a sense of frustration, stating, "I feel like I still played as hard as I could. I fought hard. I tried to give us a better chance to win. Didn't happen, so I look at myself, and I gotta be better. Maybe I've got to go to church more so I don't have those type of things injuries right before the playoffs. I don't know, maybe I'm cursed. I don't know." Embiid has a notable injury history, including missing Game 2 of the series against the Knicks due to right ankle and hip issues. The series featured intense atmosphere, with Knicks fans reportedly taking over the Xfinity Mobile Arena during Games 3 and 4. 76ers guard Tyrese Maxey acknowledged the hostile environment, admitting that it absolutely sucks to hear Knicks fans throughout the games. Embiid echoed a sentiment of perseverance, suggesting, maybe Philadelphia's cursed, I don't know. That's a joke, but just gotta keep doing the right things over and over and hope that at some point it changes. Beyond the on-court performance, Embiid also touched on his future with the franchise. He indicated uncertainty about his long-term commitment, adding during post-game comments to Basketball Network that he does not know if he will remain with the 76ers through the summer, stating, I don't know who's gonna be here. I don't even know if I'm gonna be here. Whatever happens, happens, but for me, I'm really excited about getting back to myself. Embiid, 32, has 2 more years and a player option remaining on his contract. Analysts suggest that moving on from either Embiid or fellow veteran Paul George, this offseason presents a difficult scenario for the 76ers organization.